This study was a multi-baseline design, and as you can see, there were 2 days where a skill was introduced prior to the next skill being introduced. This first chart is matching numbers and letters, middle chart is receptively labeling letters, and the third chart is receptively labeling numbers. As you can see, the client was strongest in matching and then had a slight challenge in both the receptively labeling letters and numbers, though in all areas there is an increase in scores, indicating that the participant was obtaining the skills and moving closer to mastery. What this study showed us was that the PEAK relational training system is an effective tool for teaching children who have skill gaps due to an inability to access their education due to emotional and behavioral challenges. As stated earlier, all target skills were improved and the participant was engaged and on time for every session. It should be noted that the sessions were set up at a ratio of 80% to 20%. So of those targeted skills, those were presented 20% of the time, where mastered skills were presented 80% of the time, and that's how the flashcards were stacked to increase a sense of success for the participant, to keep them engaged and keep the positive momentum going. We were fortunate to not have any timed out sessions due to behaviors, which I think was based on the novelty of this learning style and the sense of mastery that the participant had because of that 80-20 ratio that we were very careful to follow. Additionally, while we had the matching program in there because it was shown as a bit of a weakness, that was the first skill that we introduced, and it was one that the participant still was fairly strong in and was really able to hold on to. So even the introduction of a new skill in a new format was strategically designed to set this participant up for success. The limitations of this study could be, as mentioned earlier, the novelty of the instruction implementation. So while it was successful, it may have increased the participants' willingness to participate, where down the road we may not see that same willingness as the participant becomes familiar with it. Additionally, the one-to-one format of discrete trial creates a preferred learning environment for the participant, and it's not representative of a traditional classroom, which does not bode well for inclusion when we do want this participant specifically in the classroom with peers. Future direction, it's my hope that that people will examine the ability to implement the PEAK relational training system within a classroom setting with small groups of students to normalize the instruction and to decrease time spent out of class. And also to continue to explore PEAK's effectiveness across populations beyond individuals with autism. I think that it would be very beneficial to do so. And this last piece is just my resources. Grand Old Cooper, Dixon, author of PEAK Relational Training System, and a bit of a blurb on the statistics of children with emotional and behavioral disorders, which is followed in the paper attached. Thanks so much.